Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. All right, so let's get to a follow-up on a story we talked about yesterday. I had told you guys there was that report from European outlets that Nikola Jović had suffered an ankle fracture, which is freaking me out a little bit. So locally, there's been a couple reports out from the beat guys, Anthony Chang, Ira Winderman, and there's some dispute here from the Miami Heat. They are still referring to his ankle fracture, translated as ankle fracture. They are still referring to it as an ankle sprain, but it has been added from both Ira and Anthony that he also has suffered a fractured toe. So, again, this is the trouble of the reports that are coming out. I don't really. So the thing is, I don't really know what to believe on this. I'll tell you this. Look, it does sound either way more serious than was first let on. We all thought, ankle sprain, twisty twist, precautionary measures. No, it does feel like he's got a legitimate injury and that he is trying to get through some things. Anthony had reported that it occurred on an on-court drill at the Kaseya Center. Then we see him in the boat. The Heat does expect Jović, Anthony reports, to be available for the start of training camp on October 1st, which is great news. But he hasn't been medically cleared by the Heat to take part in the Olympics, but they haven't ruled it out. So I guess I don't think it's looking great that he is, despite these reports. It doesn't look great that he is going to play in the Olympics. And it doesn't necessarily make it comfortable if he is dealing with even just a fractured toe, if he's dealing with anything extra. Fractured ankle, I feel like the one that it comes to when I hear that is Dion Waiters. I remember that being a thing where, there was a lot of dispute over the severity of Dion's ankle. They didn't think that he was rehabbing right. Then there was maybe a surgery botch. That led into a whole ordeal. So I was not, as much as I am glad that they are disputing that this is a fractured ankle, I'm still left with a little bit of unease. That they do like to put a big cloud over these injury situations. It's just what they go by. And then we'll hear they're progressing. As long as he's there, and he is ready to go for training camp, that is ultimately what matters. I echo what I said yesterday, and that I am bummed that he's not going to get this opportunity, it seems like, to play in the Olympics. But I guess it's not the death knell is not put in that immediately. But yeah, the reports are from the Sun Sentinel and the Miami Herald is that they are still calling it a sprain, yet he is dealing with a fractured toe. So do with that what you will. It is it's still a bummer to hear that this is maybe a little bit more serious than we thought, even if it's not, the worst of it. Yeah, from Ira's article, they called a metatarsal fracture, a break or crack in one of the long bones in the front of the foot. Usually connects to the ankles to the toes. Awesome. Metatarsal fracture front of the foot can take 6 to 12 weeks to heal. However, it can take several months to fully recover. All right. Well, thanks for making me feel great about that, Google. Jović, man. All right. Well, hopefully, again, none of that makes me feel great with the cloud over this stuff and the multiple reports that are out there. But, look, I said in the thing yesterday with this report that there was, there was a little bit of questioning because, you got to use, I don't speak Serbian. I got to use Google Translate for this nonsense. But if there is a fracture, and even if it is that he is dealing with I believe it was like a joint fracture is what it had said. Because the original report that they had from Meridian, the way it translated is there's allegedly a fracture of the ankle joint. And again, if you put into Google metatarsal fracture, it is bone that is connected to toe, ankle in there. So that's not really, so I guess that's not really conflicting. Like it's just, it just says it's an ankle joint, but he's dealing with this thing with it sounds like there's multiple things. Like he messed up his foot and ankle, and that there's a fracture with the bone of the toe that connects to the ankle. I feel like I'm doing hip bone connected to the meow. Either way, speedy recovery for Jović. Hopefully, like the reports say, he'll be ready for camp. If it is a 6-week thing, they got plenty of time. We're literally talking, July, August, September, pretty much two and a half full months. And this is an injury that occurred about 3 weeks ago. So you're talking, I think plenty of time to heal as long as they're careful with it. And obviously this is something you got to be cautious with. On the good news, we got I don't know if you guys saw, did you guys see this? So yesterday, let's do a little whaling, huh? So yesterday, Anthony Edwards had posted a tweet, and the Ant-Man, as you guys can see, posted a little collage for people, and it said, "Back in the mix." And you can see in this 4-photo collage that he puts here on the court, got himself talking to some media, a little artistic black and white photo, but did have one teammate photo in here with Bam Adebayo. Captain Bamerica, we salute you. This man is going on a recruit mission. And look, you guys, I understand. You guys are going to be sitting here and we're going to do this again, Tobin. A bunch of babies in the comments. Here's the thing, though. Look, it's the long game, right? This is what has been. You got to lay the groundwork for the long game. The big three happened in the Olympics. Bam, Damian Lillard. Look, it did not come through for the Miami Heat, but Damian Lillard's whole desire to come to the Miami Heat was courtesy of number 13. Bam, putting in the groundwork. And now all of a sudden, we have this little Heat reunion that has come through where Dwayne is talking to Ant and Dwayne's talking to Spo and Bam. Now Bam, only teammate that he puts out there. First guy that he connects with on the court, Ant-Man. Who does he seem? He could have put any teammate. Could have put anybody. Isn't KD his favorite player? No picture of KD. I know he wasn't playing in that game, but still. Little photo of him, Bam Adebayo on the court together. Sitting there on that bench. Very interesting. Very interesting. Because why would he just put, you could have put the whole team back in the mix, put the whole team picture. Nah. One teammate. One teammate for Ant-Man. Hashtag Ant Bam. Together. Maybe he's already seeing quite the duo. It's noticeable. It wasn't unnoticeable that he put it out there. That Bam Adebayo is sitting here and once again is trying to work his magic. Now, can the Heat come through? If the man's going to groove you a fastball, Riles, if he's going to put it right down the pipe, can you get the assets together by the time this man is ready to move on? Can it all be set up for the Miami Heat to step into the box and crank it out of the park finally? Because he set it up all for you last year, got too aggressive with the agent, shaming the Blazers, the public masses going against it. So you got to do this one with a little bit more finesse, a little bit more polish, a little bit more sensitivity. But all of a sudden, you can see the impression's been made with Mr. Anthony Edwards, who's referred to himself as the number one option. And based on how he played in the first game, hard to knock his claims. However, number one option, it seems like he's got a favorite wingman already. that he's posting here on social media. It was noticeable. It was not. You can't sit here and say that wasn't noticeable of who he posted there. So seems like Olympic recruiting, the best of them all. Bam. He sees, Spider, rats off a ship, wants to stay in Cleveland. That's fine. That's fine. And maybe De'Aaron Fox comes eventually. Maybe that's some play. But he goes, this Bam Adebayo, let me tell you something about him. When it comes to recruiting, he plays for keeps. But it'd be nice if he lays the groundwork. We got Bam in the fold with Spo and D Wade. All parties, when this needs to report back to headquarters, all parties need to be ready to roll with this. And need to know, hey, what is going to be the plan for when this man does make a stink eventually, and Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns have him pulling his hair out? When can we pounce properly? But laying the groundwork, step one, already underway here from Bam Adebayo.